All right, so I'm out for a walk and I just needed some exercise. So I've had some thoughts, as I often do when I walk. Just want to continue to talk about God's faithfulness. And as I've said in previous videos, I want to use my thought process as an engineer, because I think that's kind of what we can contribute to the world. So I'm trying to use my thought process as an engineer to tell others about the faithfulness of God. So there's a concept in my line of work. It's called cause and effect. And if I want to prove if something causes an effect, the only way I can do that is with experimental design, which means I have to run an experiment. I mean, I set up an experiment. I know what the conditions are now. And if I want to try to understand, okay, if I change something, will it have a desired effect? So I can set up an experiment. I can run the experiment. I can measure the results of the experiment. And then I can compare the results of the experiment to the conditions that existed prior to the experiment. And that's the only way I can determine if there truly is a cause and effect relationship. So, I thought about that as it pertains to God's faithfulness. Now, so what I'm about to say has, this is not a statement about anyone other than me. This is me just critiquing myself. So this has nothing to do with family or friends but I can honestly say that there were years of my life where I did not put God first. I didn't. I mean, I went to church. I mean, I did things. I went to church, and because that's how I was raised. But I can't say here with any. I can't say that I put God first. And as a man, I know that there was something missing in my heart. I know that, and I can say that now looking back. But I know that affected me. It affected me as a husband. It affected me as a father. It affected me as a son, as a brother. I know that, and I'm just trying to be honest with myself in saying that. But I can also tell you, but by God's grace and by His mercy, He brought me back into His fold. There was a period in my life where I was reading a lot of self-help books without, I could go into a long story here, but I'll just say it simply that, God just let me know that, His word was the truth, and I needed to seek His word, and I did. I began to read His word. I began to try to understand it more and more, and I can sit here now as I speak these words that there is a difference in my life between when I didn't seek His word and when I did seek His word. I'm not a perfect man. I'm nowhere near a perfect man. I mean, but I can sit here and tell you that when I didn't seek God, there was an emptiness in me. Things around me, there was an emptiness in me, and I'll just put it at that. But when I did start seeking God, when I did start trying to put Him first, the only way I can describe it is there's a peace that's in my heart which tells me that it's going to be okay. And it doesn't mean that my life is free of trouble, because it's not. I mean, I have difficulties, and I do. And, I can go, maybe for another video I can talk about that. But I think the difference between then and now is I just believe that God is with me, and I try to put my trust in Him. And to me, that's the faithfulness of God, that He's with me, that I put my trust in Him, and then there's a peace that comes with that. And so hopefully, if you're watching this, hopefully it helps you. But God bless you, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.